Hello everyone, today we need to talk about the most important Park Shin-hye news of 2026, not as a simple celebrity announcement, but as a turning point that could reshape the next stage of her career. In April 2026, Salt Entertainment confirmed that Park Shin-hye is pregnant with her second child and is expected to give birth in the fall, asking the public to send warm blessings, as she focuses on her health and prenatal care. The news immediately changed the conversation around her, because only a short time earlier, fans were discussing her comeback momentum after Dr. Slump, The Judge from Hell, and the reported 2026 project Undercover Miss Hong. But now the focus has shifted toward how she manages a second major family milestone while remaining one of Korea's most recognizable actresses. What makes this announcement more interesting is the timing. Park Shin-hye is not in a dormant phase of her career. She had already returned strongly after her first child, proving that marriage and motherhood did not remove her from the industry conversation. In fact, The Judge from Hell gave her one of her boldest image changes in years, and Dr. Slump allowed her to return through a more emotionally grounded story about burnout, pressure, and healing. Because of that, the second pregnancy is not being discussed by fans as an ending, but almost as an interruption in a career wave that had just started moving again. Online reactions have been mixed in tone, though not hostile in a serious way. Many fans celebrated the news warmly, especially because Park Shin-hye and Choi Joon have maintained a relatively stable public image since their marriage in January 2022 and the birth of their first son in May of the same year. But another layer of discussion appeared almost immediately. Some viewers had been hoping for more announcements related to The Judge from Hell, especially after its strong performance and the intense fan demand for continuation. And the pregnancy news suddenly made those expectations more uncertain. That does not mean fans blamed her. Rather, it shows how invested audiences had become in her professional comeback. The deeper story here is about how Korean actresses are judged after marriage and childbirth. For decades, the industry often treated actresses' personal lives as turning points that narrowed their casting options. But Park Shin-hye's recent path complicates that old assumption. She did not return quietly with a safe supporting role. She returned as a leading actress in visible projects, first with a healing medical romance, and then with a violent fantasy legal drama, where she played a demon inside the body of a judge. That makes a second pregnancy less like a retreat, and more like a stress test for how much the industry has actually changed. So the real question is not whether Park Shin-hye will return, because her recent record already suggests that she can. The real question is what kind of return she will choose when the time comes. Another emotionally intimate drama, another genre transformation, or a more selective project that reflects a woman who has already lived several lives in public, as child actress, Hallyu star, wife, mother, and still, unmistakably, a leading figure. What do you think her next role should be when she comes back?